I am honestly more than excited for the brand new Backrooms movie that is releasing at the end of this month. We got first word on this movie back in February of 2023, and I was really hyped to see this actually coming true. I've been a big fan of the Backrooms for a while, and we'll get into that more later in the video, but then we got our very first trailer for the Backrooms about 2 months ago. This trailer really didn't show us much. It really just gave us our very first look on what the Backrooms are gonna look like in the movie, and they looked phenomenal. And then we got our very first actual trailer about a month later, and that showed us even more and got me even more hyped. It's crazy to think that a photo that surfaced on 4chan about, 7 years ago is now pretty much a full feature-length film. Crazy to see how far we've gotten. Yeah, if you didn't know already, this entire film is pretty much originally based from this single photo right here. This photo, known as the Backrooms, was actually just a photo of a hobby town going under renovation. Now, if you didn't know already, Kane Pixels has actually been doing his own Backrooms series before this movie was even in production. About 4 years ago, Kane Pixels released the very first Backrooms video, and this went crazy viral. He then continued his series by releasing 16 more Backrooms videos, which I highly recommend you watch before seeing the movie. This series is super creative and fascinating, and something that will always leave you wanting more, but in such a good way, I promise. The other reason I recommend that you watch his series before going into this movie is because it's very important to know that it's going to be his version of the Backrooms, and not the version where there are more than like 1,000 levels and 1,000 entities. Now, I'll be fully honest, I'm not chronically online enough to know what every single level of the made-up Backrooms are, or to even know what the levels are by name. I only know like the pool rooms and the Backrooms. Those are the most iconic ones, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen these ones as well. And honestly, we could see the pool rooms in this movie out of all of them, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we're gonna see more than just the Backrooms itself, and if we do see other levels, then you can come back to this video and say I was wrong, because I just really don't think we're gonna see those other levels. I feel this is gonna be one of the most liminal movies we're ever gonna see, with some of the most liminal shots ever, and I'm really excited for that. I am a huge fan of liminal spaces. Liminal space is like a transition or an in-between between places. Some really good popular examples are empty parking garages, or hallways, or even airports at times. When I first ever saw this image, I honestly thought it was fake or just a Gmod map, but no, it's an actual hotel inside of an airport. Now, you may look at some liminal pictures and just not like them, which is 100% fair. Some of them honestly feel a little uncomfortable to look at, but then you're gonna see a liminal space picture that honestly you might find a little comforting or even nostalgic. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Vivarium, but this is a really liminal movie, and I honestly really find it comforting, even though this movie is deeply disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck this kid, bro. Not even a kid, bro. He's like an alien monster thing. Fuck this thing, bro. But there's a scene where they're driving through the neighborhood, and there's honestly a lot of scenes where they just show the neighborhood, and it's all one by one houses that look the exact same, and the entire layout of the neighborhood is the exact same. It looks really, really uncanny and uncomfortable, but at the same time, I want to go there. I want to be there. I want to see what that looks like in person. It's really weird. Actually, not gonna lie, I have been to a neighborhood kind of similar like the Vivarium one, and it was my cousin's. His neighborhood looks exactly kind of like this, where every house is one by one. It's really like unsettling, and we have joked about his neighborhood being the Backrooms, but bro, it's crazy that there are actual neighborhoods that look like this. Guess you can say I've been to one of the levels of the Backrooms, which, speaking of levels, if you didn't know, the Backrooms has quote-unquote levels. I say quote-unquote because in the movie, like I said earlier, I don't think we're gonna see other levels, but there are indeed other levels that have been made from the community and other video games. These other levels really got popularized by two things. The first thing was YouTubers really explaining what these levels are. I won't lie, I got myself into a Joey Salads rabbit hole one time. It was deep, man. But the other way that these levels really got popularized were all the game adaptations based on the Backrooms. Now, there's a large variety of people that only know the Backrooms based from video games and other video games that YouTubers play. Now, if you go to Steam right now and just type in Backrooms, you'll see hundreds of games with the name Backrooms, but the two that I saw were the most popular at a time, where Backrooms Escape Together and Escape the Backrooms. Now, these are both co-op horror exploration games where you hide from monsters and try to get from level to level. And at one point, I swear to God, every gaming group on YouTube were playing these type of games. I won't lie, I played a few Backrooms games myself. Were they ever on Steam? No. They were on Roblox, Rec Room, and VR. The first time I ever played a Backrooms game was on VR, and it was a game called No Clip VR. This is also a one-player or co-op game where you pretty much go from Backrooms level to Backrooms level while escaping a monster, but you're in VR and you have to run using your hands. If y'all ever played like Gorilla Tag, it was kind of similar to that, where you had to like swing your arms in that type of motion, but in this game you had to rapidly do it. So imagine having to do that in such a cramped space. Yeah, not only did I break a controller, but I hurt my hand really bad, couldn't play the game for like 3 days, and also got yelled at like 8 times. Yeah, 10 out of 10 game though, I won't lie. And like I said earlier, I also have played a few Roblox ones, and I've actually played a lot of Roblox ones, if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I've played ones where you escape monsters, I've played ones where you just go through levels, and I've played ones that just feel unsettling. And it felt the same exact way when I played these backroom games on Rec Room. Either they felt kind of like unsettling, I was getting chased by something, or you're just going through the levels, kind of just exploring them. Going through a game like this geeked had me feeling different, I swear. I won't lie, I've always kind of been interested in these backroom slash liminal spaces, but playing these type of games and seeing a whole movie being in production really boosted that kind of love for these type of rooms. When I see an image of a spot that I know is supposed to be lived in, but it's almost completely empty, it just gives me a type of feeling that I want to go there and truly explore that place. I want to see what there is to see with no people being around. When I first ever saw the original image of the Backrooms, I don't know, it kind of just gave me like a feeling like I've been there or I want to go there for some reason, even though it looks super eerie. I just find it very interesting that King Pixels was able to create such an interesting universe with just one picture, and other people were able to branch that off so far. Seeing that first trailer and seeing the guy just no clip into the Backrooms was such a cool thing in my opinion. Seeing no clipping done in an actual movie is so interesting, and such an interesting plot for the Backrooms. I won't lie, my hopes are extremely high for this movie, and they probably shouldn't be. I should probably lower them a little bit, but goddamn, I am so excited to see the Backrooms on a big screen. Like I said earlier in the video, I really don't expect to see any other levels, maybe besides the pool rooms, but I do think we could maybe see some cameos of other liminal spots in this movie. There are a lot of liminal spot photos that are insanely popular that are honestly really doable for this movie. For example, I feel like this picture is very doable in the movie. This is a picture of a blue McDonald's sign with no people to be around. Looks very liminal in my opinion, and I really do feel like that this could make it in the movie, maybe as a little cameo. Do I really think that's gonna happen in the movie? Probably not. That seems a little far-fetched if you ask the next guy, but I just think it would be really cool if we could get maybe a little cameo of other liminal spaces that we've maybe seen before. One last thing that I'm very excited for this movie is the music that I think we're gonna get in the movie. We don't know any of the confirmed songs other than the one that played in the trailer, but I really do hope that we see a lot of that popular liminal music that has been playing on TikTok for the past like 3 years now. You've definitely listened to some of this liminal music before, maybe not on purpose, but definitely from a different TikTok, and if you don't believe me, just search up top 5 liminal songs on TikTok, YouTube, whatever. I guarantee you've heard all 5 of them in some type of way. So I think it would be super cool if we could hear some of that music in this movie, but also to be noted, King Pixels makes all of his music for his original YouTube series, so I do think that it's very possible that we might get music that is mainly made from Kane and just a few cameos of other liminal music. Although I would not be complaining if you've never listened to any of King Pixels' music and you do like that liminal type of music, I highly recommend that you go give it a try. It's pretty sick. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I just wanted to tell y'all how excited I am for the Backrooms movie. I think it's gonna be a phenomenal movie, and hey, if I'm wrong, then well, me. Whenever I do eventually see the movie though, I probably will come back and make a little review on it, but I don't plan to make a bunch of movie reviews. I just think it would be fun for the ones that I'm excited for. Anyways guys, that's all from me. I really do appreciate every single one of you that do make it to the end of these videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and you guys are f***ing awesome. Like and sub if you genuinely did enjoy this little yap session and want to see more from me. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, everyone.